So this is a very interesting episode of two things I wanted to point out directly. Why it's a really good episode. So for one, we see that we gained a lot of things. We're gaining this episode, new powers and new allies we see, and then some of our allies, kind of turned into, I guess they evolved, and then a lot of new members. We get introduced to new members. A lot of new things happened in this episode, and one of the new things was that, aside from getting new members, it seems like we also get to see Oguru. It seems like he attains new ability, and we see him kind of experiment with the ability he has. So that whole experiment seemed pretty interesting to see how different abilities work in conjunction with together. How well they work together. But the second thing that I liked about this episode was that, I found this pretty funny, and that is that it seems like every little thing that our main character Oguro, when there's a situation with from the opposite gender, like a female, with the humans, with the elves, and then this episode we see him do the exact same thing with a Dryad. He basically uses I guess sex as like a payment or something. And in this episode we see this episode, it was especially funny because we learned later that the main reason he went to Dryad was because he asked if she can gather seeds for him, to plant. But we saw, when he gets there, right before he could get the main thing out of the way, why he's actually there to gather, just before he can say, "Oh, I'm here to pick up the seeds." Dryad, shows up, and then he immediately tackles him, and then they continue having I guess their moment. So I just find it pretty funny that with every pretty much Oguro is the type of guy to, it seems like he solves everything, he's solving everything with sex. So I just think that's pretty funny. See how that whole thing worked out. And the other thing, why it's so interesting now is because of the ending. So we see that these Oguro's pretty much keeping his promise when he said, I'm gonna take you back to, where you came from, where you were going before we kidnapped you. And he goes further because the girls are like, "Oh, are we getting kicked out?" And Oguro explains that no, before you guys, say, "I want to stay," I want at least to give you the choice. So I'll just take you to, the human village where you were going. I'll let you, stay there for a couple days. We'll stay there for 5 days. And then, you pretty much get to decide, oh, it's okay if you want to come back with us, or it's also okay if you want to stay with your family. We also understand. So he gives them their choice, and the episode kind of leaves off on that they're visiting this human village, and they set out for their adventure. Now, one other thing that I forgot to mention that also interesting is that right before Oguro's group depart for the journey, he pretty much gets everyone, not just Oguro's close inner circle, but everyone that pretty much lives with him. So pretty much every member of the Goblin Village, and we see him. He splits them up in 4 groups, and what I can interpret is that the reason he separated them is because like it seems like he's gathering intel, like he's gonna learn more, and so that'll be also interesting. Like what will happen, like when they go to this human village. The whole thing will be pretty, you know, amazing. But yeah, overall, this episode was pretty cool. I liked it, and I hope you guys also enjoyed it. But I think I'm just gonna end it there. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.